Gary, a late winner and 3 points at Stangmore. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. You know how difficult it is to come down here. We seen that earlier on the season when we came down, and we went away with our tails between our legs a little bit. With a performance that was very lacklustre in my opinion. Probably the only time I could say that about the boys this year, where it was a bit of a lacklustre performance. But we've exercised a wee bit of a demon there today. We knew what that coming down here was about. They went long and direct to junior like they did today again. Thought Matt really dealt with him fantastically well, and we were the bigger threat in the game. We had the most chances. Their keepers have to work the hardest, so on reflection over the period of the game, it's a late one, but it's better late than never.
Yeah, Mark Randall gets us underway with, I think, his third free kick in his last 3 games, and he's becoming a real dead ball specialist in those areas.
Well, he's got the quality, doesn't he, like, and I think he's got the belief in that himself, and that when you get one, you just can't wait to get the next one, and he's a fantastic strike of the ball. He showed all his qualities to get that one, and then it was about persistence. It was about Matty lost his desire to get on the end of it, to hold off the defender, to round the goalkeeper and then get taken down, and then Paul O'Neill shows unbelievable levels of composure, because I thought it was really about how the players were trying to put him off and upset him, and not like coming into the box and everything else. There's no need for it, but ultimately Paul and that there showed that composure, and he likes the big moments. He wants them big moments, and he wants to take responsibility, and I'm delighted for him.
Just go back to the first half, we carved out a number of good opportunities, a couple of which fell to Tiernan O'Connor. But was it important maybe at that stage to try to really hammer home our advantage before the wonder strike comes and it's 1-1 at half time? Yeah,
I think if we'd have gone in 1-0 up at half time, on the reflection of the game, and I thought in the middle of the park, in areas that they never really hurt us, they were probably a wee bit sharper to the ball, but that's given that we had a game on Tuesday night away to Coleraine where we just weren't quite as sharp as what we wanted to be. But the chances we had, Tiernan could have had a hat-trick in another day and maybe should have done it. He'd be disappointed he hasn't got at least one from them. Con had a couple of great chances coming in off on the left-hand side. We created good chances. Mark Randall's had a wonder strike, and keepers made a really good save to tip it round the post. So on reflection on the chances, they've only really had one chance, and he's hit it as well as he possibly could. A little bit disappointed that I didn't act sooner. Cricky obviously was really struggling with his shoulder, and I felt I should have taken him off and that there, and potentially may or may not have been in that position to make an impact on where Scott hits it from. But ultimately, it's a poor goal from us, and that, albeit a wonder strike from them. Disappointed at half time. I was probably a wee bit critical and a wee bit harsh on the boys at half time, given the chances that we did create. But the second half reaction was everything I wanted. It was energetic. It was. We pushed in that there for the winners. We put strikers. We changed Paul on. We put Matty on. We put Benji on. We wanted to go and win the game. We didn't want to come down here and settle for a point. And in the end, we got what we deserved.
Yeah, it looked like we were maybe going to have to settle for a point until, as you say, the two subs combined. Really, Matty Lusty wins the penalty, and Paul O'Neill, as you said, shows great composure to win it. And I suppose that shows the importance of if you're going to do anything, it's going to be more than 11 players or more than those who start the game with the subs making that big impact.
No, 100%, and it's actually a ball into Paul that he flips around the corner to Matty, and Matty drives past the last defender and holds him off, and that shows great strength, so I'm absolutely delighted for the two of them, combined really, really well for the goal, and you got to keep believing. You just that's what you got to do, and you got to keep going to the last kick of the ball and keep believing you'll get a chance. And listen, it's much preferred being on the right side of it. We've been on the receiving end of a couple of last minute ones against over my time here, so really, really delighted to get the 3 points and up the road, because we had to back up Tuesday. Winning on Tuesday was good. Yeah, of course it is. It's only another 3 points. It doesn't mean the difference. Coming down to Dungannon is a really, really difficult place to go. Rodney's a great coach. You see what he did last year and what they've achieved at Dungannon, and they're a really, really super side. They've gone 5 in that there. I think they're 5 undefeated or 5 wins in the bounce going into today's game. We're up the road with 3 points in that there, and I'm delighted for it.
Craigie, as you mentioned, had to come off before half time. Any early indications of what exactly that might be?
No, well, he's just landed awkwardly on his shoulder. He got hit from behind. I thought there was a lot of needly wee ones in that, where people when they were up in the air, were getting edged underneath the ball, and people were spinning and falling awkwardly, and he's landed heavily on his shoulder. I'm kind of hoping it's more just bruising of the bone or the joint and that there more than it is anything more serious, but we'll get him assessed and we'll see where he's at. He's such a key player for us. He's such a big personality within the dressing room and great character, so we will definitely want to have Kirky back, and hopefully it's nothing too serious.
And just lastly, we go to Ballymena on Tuesday. We're in the middle of a really busy period. I presume we'll see that the squad really utilise at least on Tuesday and beyond.
Yeah, because obviously 2 games again next week. You've got Tuesday, Friday and that there, and they come thick and fast when you want to compete for all competitions. The League Cup and that there is obviously a potential route into Europe, and that leads me through the playoffs, so we're desperately want to keep every one of them open to us as we possibly can. The same every club will do. We'll give Ballymena full respect, and that leads me like we do everybody else. We'll prepare as best we can, and we'll pick a team that we feel can go and win that game. So we'll not underestimate anybody. We obviously know Friday's a big game, but Tuesday's our next one, and we put every single effort that we have into Tuesday, and then we'll turn our attentions to next Friday night.
Paul, 2-1 win here at Dungannon. If you're going to win a match, that was the way to do it.
Yeah, we wanted to make it a bit easier for ourselves. We had chances and stuff in the first half to kind of kill the game off, maybe go 2 or 3 up. But no better way to score a 90 plus minute goal and win the match.
Yeah, what's going through your head when you get the chance to put the ball on the spot, especially with the delays and a little bit of messing about that's going on before then? What goes through your head when you're in that position?
Just block it all out, kind of thing. I think everyone, if the penalty was against us, I'd be trying to put the person off as well. So it's just kind of block out the noise and step up, and I'll back myself every time. So thankfully I was able to, finish it off and get the 3 points.
Yeah, you've got a real good record from the spot in games, situations like that, away to Coleraine, like the last season, today in Europe as well. You presumably have a lot of confidence when you put the ball on the spot.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in myself. As soon as Matty won it, I think Tomas was going to try and step up and try and take it, but no, I was hitting it every day of the week, and as I say, thankfully I was able to help the team get the win and get another 3 points on the board.
Yeah, in a game like that where it's so tight late on, turning 1 point into 3 can be really significant. We'll only know, I suppose, come the end of the season, but feels like a big win.
100%, massive win. Dungannon have been flying the last lot of weeks. Good result last week against the Glens and stuff. So, if we're able to come down here to these places, spicy away from home, pick up 3 points, we're in a very good place.
Does confidence build sort of brick by brick across the course of a season? The likes of Tuesday going there and winning today, as you say, Dungannon are flying, coming here and winning. Does that sort of add to the feeling of belief in the squad and each other?
Yeah, we've a cracking dressing room in there. We're all good mates. There's competition for places, as you've seen. So we're going out in every game thinking that we can win it, and we can. And certainly I feel we believe that we can with the squad we've got. So, we'll keep taking these games off and getting 3 points. We'll be at thereabouts at the top anyway come the end of the season.
And Tuesday we move on to the League Cup's really busy period. We go to Ballymena again after being there around a month or so ago, and I suppose we had to go and do it all over again. We played well that night, but we start from scratch tomorrow night, or on Tuesday night.
100%. It's now we move on to the next game. We want to be competitive in every cup and in the league this year, so we'll go down Tuesday and we'll put on another hopefully good performance and hopefully get the win down there.
And yourself, since you've come back into the team, you keep the goals ticking over. You got one of those goals at Ballymena last time as well. You feel good and in confident mood as well.
Yeah. Frustrating kind of start this season there. You know, playing in Europe, get myself to full fitness. Felt like it was going well, and then obviously had that suspension. Under my belt. Picked up a wee injury and missed the first 12, 13, 14 games of the season. So hopefully get myself back up to full fitness now, and you know, banging on the manager's door to start playing again. So.